Hi there, it's Dean Taylor, Property Man again. I'm just about to show you one of the biggest problems that I see is where the door opens and it goes into the plasterboard wall, the handle. You can actually get rubber stoppers that go on your skirting board. They're called door stops, and it just stops the door from actually going too far and pushing in to the plasterboard. So I'm going to show you step by step how to fill and prepare it so that you can actually fill it and sand it in the end. As you can see, we've part filled this already, because if you put too much in, it can bulge out. There's not for it to stick to. And I'm going to teach you step by step how to mix it and how to prepare your filler, and then fill your roll in, and then sand it, and it's ready to be painted. Right, I'm going to show you how to use your filler, but I'll go through the things that I like to use first. This is a scraper. You can actually get proper scraper blades and filler blades. They come in various sizes. I generally use a scraper knife. This is easy fill. I prefer to use easy fill as opposed to ready mix. It goes off a lot quicker and it's a lot softer for you to use and work with. So I'll show you how to mix up. You generally use a small amount, just enough. It goes off pretty quick. The longer you leave it in the container, it will go off. So the faster you get it mixed and the faster you get it on, it's easier to work with. So now I'll take you through steps to get it all ready. You put it into your container. You only need a certain amount, depending on the size of the hole that you're using. I'll use this size. I've probably done a little bit too much, but I'd rather do too much and too little, because once it's gone off, you're not going to be able to work with it. So stages, I'd use a little bit of water first, get it in mixed, and just keep mixing so that you can actually get it round. As you can see, I put too much water in. It doesn't really make a difference because you can always top it up. I'm going to have to put a bit more powder in now, just to make it stiffer. And as you're pouring it in, just so much, and it's just trial and error. You just keep mixing until it starts going stiff like a paste. So you want all the powder mixed up. So as you can see from there, it's not like a total paste, so we need a little bit more. So you put a little bit more in. So you just keep mixing it back up again, and as you can see now, it's getting a bit tougher to move around the container. So that's nearly ready to be used. So I'll just keep mixing and getting all the stuff off the sides, because you don't want to waste any, just in case you are running a little bit short on the amount that you're going to use. And that's ready to be used. So yeah, there's your filler, easy fill, and it's ready to be used. Hello again, I'm back. I've just done my filler. I'm ready now to start filling and preparing it. I'll show you and talk you through what I'm going to be doing. As you can see, I'm going to start on the bottom with the first piece. You just push it in and just move it down. So it just generally, you're just building it out slowly, and you want to push it in so it goes into all the holes. I'm wiping the scraper onto the side, just so I'm just taking enough out. I'm going to turn the angle on it so it actually goes upwards now, as before I was going down. And I'm just going to fill it in. There's an old saying, a little dab will do you, and that's all you need really. I'm just going to come back down to this side and move it around. The best thing about this filler is very easy to sand down once it's totally dried. Just keep taking it off of the side, it just makes it easier for you to work with. And I'm going to build it out, and eventually it'll be just slightly protruding over the wall, and that's how you want it, so you can sand it down. And it generally depends how thick you're putting it on. That'll depend on how much time you're going to need to leave it before it goes off, so that you can sand it for your next application if you need to put another one on. So you're going to try and make it as smooth as you can, just to make it easier, so that when you're sanding down, you're not getting too much off. And that's it really. We've got that the stage where we need it. I'll just put a little bit more in the top, just to build that top back out. And this is the advantage of having, when you're using a big scraper, it can actually cover the full amount, so you're not having to go around it as much as I am, but I'm used to doing it like this. and you'll all find your own techniques how to use it really. So you're not going to get it perfectly smooth because you're going to be sanding it down. So as you can see now, there's a little indent there, but I'll leave that and let that go off, and then if I need to put another application on later on, that's when I can do it once I've sanded it, so it's ready to be used. And there you go, there's your all filled in. We will come back to it in a couple of hours time to see how it's set. With it being so thick, you may see a ring inside which is pretty dark. That's letting you know that it's not totally dry. And when it's totally all one colour, that's when it's ready to be sanded down. It's been 3 days since we filled it, and now it's ready for us to sand down. So what we're going to do is we're just going to work down in circular motion just to get it round and down, and we're just gonna feel it. But you can probably see where we've got a few little marks, so we'll just keep sanding it just to bring it round. You could actually use a sanding block, which is, it's just a block by about so, and some people find it easy with that, it gets it nice and flat, but personally I just like to use a piece of sandpaper so I can feel what I'm doing. You're just going to keep moving it around, and you can see that it's getting it down, but we've got a slight little lump here. So I'll just keep going over that bit. So it just needs a little bit more attention, so we'll just keep going. So I'm just going to go onto a rough little piece of sandpaper, which is a little bit fresher. And just keep going round, and you're just going to keep taking it off. And you can feel where dints are when you use sandpaper, as I am, and that's why I prefer to use it like this. So personally now what I'd do, I'd apply a little bit more filler and just feather edge this little part out here and around here, just to make it totally smooth and flat. And then when you come to re-sand it, it's just a circular motion and it'll get it totally flat and smooth to the wall, and then that'll be ready for painting. Ideally the old wall could do with re-skimming, but for a cheaper way around it is just fill it. You could even sand these down just to take it down, which personally I'd use a rougher grit, which we've got here, and it's just working its same motion really, and it's just going to take it down so it don't look as rough. So it's just a little bit lighter for the paint to go on, and it don't stick out as much. But the wall ain't perfect, but like I say, I just put a bit more filler in there, a little bit up at the top, and then just give it a really light sand with a really light grit, and it'll be fine. And then get a door stop on the bottom to stop the door handle from actually going into the wall again, otherwise you're going to have to keep doing it. So I hope it's helped, and all the best, thank you very much.